All right, guys, can you guess what bike I am on before I step off of it? Did you take a guess yet? This is the Ariel Rider 60-volt electric bike. Instead of sitting in the garage and talking about all the specs, you guys probably already know everything about this. Now, we'll go over some stuff as we ride it, but I was so excited to get this bike and put it together, and as soon as I got the secondary battery, I wanted to take it out for a spin and just ride it around. So we're gonna go head to a local park. It's called Woodward Park in Fresno, California. Right now I'm in Madera. So we got a little bit of a ways to go. Right now, and this is something you guys gotta understand about this bike, is that it's labeled as a 750 watt electric bike for legal reasons, and you can unlock this thing with an app, but it's a pain in the ass because you gotta do it every single time you turn the bike on and off. So right now, as we start moving, this is max throttle power right here. Feels really good. No complaints. I mean, decent power. Nothing special. But look, that's what's not special, 20 miles an hour. So I want to go faster than that. So I got to pull up my phone. Also, if you guys want to keep an update on the range as well, we have 6.4 miles. I started this trip at 6 miles leaving my area. So keep that in mind. We started at 6 miles on this bike. So wherever we add on to this bike is where we're gonna be at. And technically, if I wanna get more range out of this bike, because I got a decent amount of way to go, I should leave it at 20 miles an hour, but I'm pretty sure you guys wanna understand how to unlock this bike. And I gotta say, this bike is absolutely comfortable. Like, look at this, just right up on the curb. I mean, butter. So it's this app right here called Bike Go Plus. It has a plus after Bike Go because there's 2 different apps on the App Store. Make sure you get the one with the plus. Go up to the top. Make sure you set the Bluetooth on in here. It's like P10 or P9. Put the Bluetooth on this bike. It will have a Y or an N. Put it to Y so it has the Bluetooth functionality. Then all it will do is find your bike. It will connect. BLE, connecting, and boom, look. That's how many miles we have on the bike. That's our trip as well. I could probably even reset the trip if I want. It says our battery's at 92%. I could also toggle the headlight switch, which is kind of odd. I didn't know I can do that. But you come over here, we're gonna go over to the speed limit. We're gonna change this to 99 miles an hour. So if you guys can see that, and after that, we're basically just hit save. And boom, it's unlocked. There is no updating, flashing, no nothing like that. And now I have all the power I need out of this bike. And that means that gives us roughly about 130 something Newton meters of torque. This is the performance model, by the way. They came out with 3. And this is the fastest one, the most expensive one. $27.99. So it's not super cheap, but also it's a badass bike at that. Think about Super 73, but a lot more better done. That's all I can say, at a cheaper price. The tires they have on this thing are absolutely awesome. 4.5 inches wide in the front, 5 inches wide in the back, and decent power. We might not get to a top speed run in today's video because I do have a decent way to go. But if we do, we'll see, because we do have some straightaways, but I'm going to try to save some of my battery. So you know what we should do is actually bump it down into pedal assist 2. How fast does this bike go with throttle? Or does it matter? That's what I want to know. It seems like I got all the power. It is not giving me a limiter after we unlock it, even in pedal assist 2. Ah, man, I wish it would have had a limiter on the lower modes, you know, just so you can have a set like 20 miles an hour. Maybe you can go to the app and change it, I'm not sure, but that's interesting that it doesn't do that. It's just unlimited on every single gear. So now I have to figure out how to throttle myself. You guys understand what I mean. I have to regulate the power with the throttle. So right now, with the bike unlocked and me pedaling, it only goes 21 miles an hour. Let's see if I pedal faster. Will it go faster? No, maybe 22. It seems like it's still going, but it's not giving. Oh, I gotcha. That makes sense. So now that we're in pedal assist 2, it's only working for the pedals. The throttle is unlimited, every single mode. Just found that out. So if I go up to 3 and pedal, we're definitely gonna be going over 22 miles an hour. Still nice and smooth power, I love it. When you want the power, you got the throttle. If you wanna just kind of cruise around, get better range, get the pedals going, there's no torque sensor here, just a cadence sensor, but that's okay with me. This isn't really a pedal bike. I gotta say, the first thing I noticed when sitting on this bike is that the seat You will not need an aftermarket seat for this thing unless you just, for whatever reason, want a cool aftermarket looking seat with different color stitching or whatever to make it your own. Or you maybe you're a shorter person, you want it lower, because there's so much cushion in this seat that it sits so high that I'm actually leaned forward on this bike. To me, it's comfortable because I like the moped style where I have more control. The handlebars are really low. The handlebars are actually decently high. It's the whole frame up here and everything, the way it's bolted, it sits low. So you can actually get way lower handlebars for this bike, and you can be like way down here holding onto the bike. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, I can't stress this enough. This is a fantastic bike. This isn't to sell the bike to you. I don't really care. You buy the bike, you buy it or not. I just really give you guys the real reviews, the real riding, not many cuts here and there, no BS, no nothing like that. I don't want to be that type of person. I really just want to get out here and do a POV ride with you guys. If you guys were going to be in my shoes behind the camera riding the bike, like what do I see? What do I feel? How is the bike? That's what we're doing right now. And right now, there is a daytime running light on this bike because I don't actually have the high. Actually, no, I think I do have the lights on. Never mind, I keep that, I update you. This is a high beam. That's right. So this is a switch for a low beam and a high beam. That's right. So the headlight is actually on. There's a button right here to turn the lights off. This is what I meant to talk about. So if you hit that button, your tail light and your headlight come off. But if you do hit the brakes, the brake light still comes on. So keep that in mind. You also have a horn on this bike. It's an actual horn. It's a real horn. About time, e-bike manufacturers. I love it. Absolutely love it. I just really wish you guys can see this bike in person to just appreciate how well the paint job is, the clear coat they did on it. It's probably one of the nicest painted bikes I've seen in a very long time. The big new BG XP that I just got in is also a very nice painted bike as well, but it's not the whole entire bike. The frame itself is just steel and it looks like a matte finish. It's not really, I don't think it's paint really. And then the battery and the rims look gorgeous, but this whole entire bike being black, and black is, oh, what the hell is this? Well, I thought it was glass at first. I was like, oh my God, first flat. Right off the bat, the turnaround video's done. Yeah, but this whole bike is just nice and black is really hard to get all the, you know, the clear coat nice and smooth where you don't see the wrinkles like in the paint, you know, the peeling, the orange peel, that's what it's called. This is just a phenomenal looking bike when you just step back from it. I took many pictures of it. I'll put it up on the screen right now. I can't get over how the bike looks in factory form. I really can't. I mean, it's just so good. Let's try out the horn one more time. Hold on. All right, no one's here. That's good. I didn't want to scare nobody, but I want to test out the horn. Thank you, truck, for going around me. I'm going a little slow today. There is a long straightaway street that we're going to get on shortly, and then that's when we're going to see our top speed. Right now, I'm just cruising. I got 2 batteries, not too worried, but we do have a lot of power on this bike, and with a lot of power, a lot of responsibility in controlling it and also your range. You can get really good range out of a big system e-bike, but you also can get the worst range if you just haul ass everywhere. And look at this, nice and smooth, just let my hands off. All right, so the next thing I want to do while we're over the nice, beautiful freeway, it is nice out here. I waited till the perfect time to come out. And by the way, by the end of this video, it is going to be dark. So we're going to be able to check out all the lights. We're going to do it all in the same video, something I never get to do. But what I wanted to say before that is pedal assist 4, let's see. All right. I was connected to the pedals to about like 15, 16 miles an hour. Having no gears is unfortunate to some people. Again, I just don't care. I don't need gears. Not on a bike like this. But all right, it's taking us past 30 miles an hour. It's still going. 32. This is some decent power. This is definitely over a Class 3 e-bike at the moment in pedal assist 4. So if you want to kind of stay legal, keep it in pedal assist 3. Probably what I would leave it on. And honestly, let's see how it is when you go to the highest mode. I want to see if the torque gets any better or if it's still nice and gradual with the pedals. Okay, no. Definitely gives me a lot more power in 5. Let's do that one more time. So if you're really finicky about like pulling up to a stoplight and you barely move the pedals all the time, it's just something you do, and you feel the bike lunge out in front of you because you move the pedals, well, good thing is that the throttle is always unlimited and you don't have to keep going through the modes. Just keep it at a lower mode. So let's go to 3 really quick. Let me feel that. Oh yeah, way nicer, smoother power. Definitely nice. So when I had my Lyric Graffiti X, that was a fantastic bike. There was one huge con about it. Well, 2. The battery sucked. You don't get much range out of it because of the cheap battery. This is a UL certified battery and obviously like really good. Not 40 amp hours like the Lyric Graffiti, but still you're gonna get really good range out of it because it's not pushing as much power as that one. And the other one I believe is heavy if I'm not mistaken. But when I let someone ride my Lyric Graffiti, the biggest problem with it was the pedals, the response of it was so quick that if you moved it like this much, like real quick, it would lunge out and give you all the power possible, especially if you unlock that bike to 100%, because you have to go in an app, you have to unlock it, because they gave us the bike at like 30% starting power and it was garbage. This one feels like it's giving me all the power possible. But my guy that does my haircuts, he dropped my bike, and then it also got dropped as well when the guys were painting our garage. But anyways, long story short, yeah, it gets dropped really easy because of that. So I'm glad that you can put it in a lower mode and you don't have to worry about the pedals being all twitchy or anything like that when you come onto a light. But here's what I want to test out the top speed, guys. I'm sorry I don't have my phone up here because I didn't have time to put a phone mount, and I'll be honest, the handlebars are really short. I don't even know where to put my phone mount, maybe over here. And we're still riding with one hand, keep in mind. And I'm going downhill. Let me tuck a little bit. I know this is cheating slightly because it's downhill, but it looks like 42, 43. I wish I knew how accurate that was. I think I've seen someone get 46 miles an hour on this bike. I'm not seeing that personally, but that is still fast enough for a 60 volt, 750 watt e-bike. And there's some pros and cons about that whole, every single time you turn the bike on and off, you have to go back into your phone and unlock it to 99 miles an hour. The reason why it's good and bad is because if you do get caught riding this bike decently fast, going down a hill like I was, you could play it off by turning the bike on and off. And when you turn it back on, it'll only be 20 miles an hour. And the cool thing is there was a bunch of stuff down here that says 750 watts, class 2 e-bike. So you're good. You shouldn't have no issues. So just be careful, don't get yourself in trouble, but I really think that's a good thing. It's a pro and con. You have to do extra steps, just don't turn the bike off. It's just you have to do it every single time you do stop for a long period of time and you gotta turn the bike on. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'll accept it for the time being. Maybe they'll do a way where it changes, I don't know. Maybe Ariel Rider will have an update. I don't know if they can update this bike, that'd be kind of cool, but I'm not sure exactly. And I don't think there's a voltage reading on this bike. Let me see, actually. Max speed, 62 miles an hour. That's free spinning. That's how fast the motor will go free spinning. But I'm not seeing anything. All right, so if you double tap the power button, that gives you into the P settings, but I don't see anything for voltage. So I think they missed an opportunity to have voltage on this bike. Am I just missing it? Like, what the heck? Let's see if it has a walk mode. Hold the minus button. Oh yeah, look, walking mode. There we go, cool. I don't really know how useful a walking mode is. I guess maybe if you're in a bunch of people, you know, and it just makes it easier, you know, to not have to pull the weight. I guess it's a decently heavy bike. I'll put it on the screen so you guys know how heavy it is. But I was going to say I was down one battery bar out of the 5 that are on here. I just don't know the voltage. But we are running on both batteries. So if you guys didn't know anything about this bike yet, because it's so brand new, there's a battery in here. You could charge this battery down here. There's also a waterproof connector on the outside of the frame. There's also a waterproof connector on the actual battery itself. So there's 2. And then here's a key to drop down the battery. We don't need the key to have the bike activated. I thought this was kind of cool. They integrated a power button with a few screws. I wish the screws were black and it blended in a little bit better. I guess it kind of looks like this, where you can put your water bottle holder or something like that, which is, I guess it's not a big deal. But I love how they integrated that power switch into it. And then there's also a power switch on the top battery. This is actually similar to a battery that I had on the Rumble Motors Apex, and I don't even know what happened to that company, but I love that they have the green, because that battery had the green logo on it, and it just lets you know it's on. So you've got to make sure to turn it off when you actually get to a stop and you're not going to ride it the next day. Also, pedal assist 0 gives you no response. And let's bump it up to 5, make sure no one's behind us. And I don't know why that car's there. We're just gonna keep going. There's nothing that car should be there for, so I don't know what's going on. Let's just keep trekking. So we finally made it to the park with only being down 1 battery bar, still showing 1 battery bar down. So we're not doing too bad. Again, we started with 6 miles on this trip, and I have 12 miles on the bike right now. So that means we put 6 miles coming to this park. Yeah, not too bad. It's gonna be a long video, I gotta tell you though, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Just a POV riding of a bike that you were thinking about possibly buying out there in the world, and I gotta say, so far I'm really impressed. It's a bike that I personally, if I was looking for a bike, I would hands down buy. I'm not just saying that. It's a bike I would seriously go out and buy right now. The only thing I really hate, and I'm sorry, Ariel Rider, but I hate the grips. They're actually better than the plastic ones you get on a lot of these bikes nowadays, but I don't like how they feel because they have the little bolts right here. So I need to move it down and then fix the throttle over here, because without gloves, it doesn't feel that comfortable. But I'll fix that sooner or later because it doesn't feel as great right now. I don't know why people get so scared when you have an electric bike going through, when it's a bike path, you know, and a walking path. People just lose their crap, man. I am class 2 right now, but I'm curious to see if my friends are here or not. And then what I'm thinking we might do is go off-road a little tiny bit. I don't know how much we'll do, but we're probably gonna get the bike dirty for sure. But it's all right. It is what it is. Yeah, we'll try to ride down there. But I told some people I was coming here, but they said they think they might show up, but I'm actually kind of early, so I'm not really gonna stick around and wait for them. I just want to come out here and do a ride. Can't really honk in this area because it's a real horn and it's super loud. I mean, I guess you can, but people aren't gonna be too happy with how loud it is. Oh, cute little doggy. Normally meet up right here, but we'll probably go down a little ways. What's up, man? Yeah, we're not gonna be able to go fast on this trail though. I tell you that. But we'll see what we can do. Just want to enjoy the day out here. Yeah, we're gonna have to get off this road. I don't know if you guys can see, there are just like people after people. I see at least like 50 people on this trail right now. So we're not gonna be able to go very fast, so we're just gonna get out of here. Go on the main road. I think there's a bike lane over there, so we'll kind of cruise on that, maybe try to make it down there and haul ass. I just really want to have some fun with this bike. All the people that are on the trail that we passed doing 15 miles an hour, look at me now, baby. There's a lot of cops on this road, man. So many people get tickets here, and I might get one too, who knows. There we go, 40 miles an hour. I feel like we're still slightly going downhill a little bit. This thing just, man, it screams. That new motor in the back, I mean, fantastic. It seriously looks close to a 750 watt motor in the back, but technically I would say it's more on the 1200 watt motor looking, but cops won't know what it is. As long as the bike says 750 class 2, 20 miles an hour, they're not gonna say anything. So you can get away with this bike going pretty much anywhere. It's not considered a motorcycle. I guess I should have went through this light, man. This thing's taking forever. What the heck?
12 seconds later.
Now, I guess since we have some time and I'm just sitting here forever, is that I am 5'9", and I am on my tippy toes almost. Not fully on my tippy toes, enough where I can get like half of my foot down on the floor, but it's definitely not a short bike. So for example, if you are probably 5'6"-ish, you're gonna struggle with this bike. I would say 5'7" is the minimum and up. Just because you don't want to have to be leaning over to one side on the bike. It's going to feel uncomfortable at lights, and you're just not going to like it, you know? So that's what I would suggest. But do whatever you want. You're 5'1", buy the bike. I don't care. Just make sure to use the links down in the description. That's all I'm saying. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to blow through it. Yep, we're going to blow through it. Bye-bye, traffic. Bye-bye, traffic. E-bike for the win. That car is the same way. He's like, I'm out of here. Screw all you guys. Oh, it's so much better to be on here instead of that trail over there. But if you really want to be anywhere, you could. It's so quiet. It does make more noise than a standard hub motor because this isn't a direct drive motor. It has gears in it. So it does have a little bit of like grinding noise when you take off. It's actually decently loud when you take off. But after that, it's pretty fine. And 43 miles an hour, freaking moving, man. Definitely moving. And I got turn signals. Can I see my turns? Oh, I can see my turn signal. Oh, look, I can even see it from the top too. That's pretty cool. This is a nice bike for turn signals. I love it. Definitely a unique design in the front with the headlight and everything like that. I love how it covers all the wires and everything. The only wires you really see are right from the side right here, and that's pretty much about it. If you can just hide everything back here, then you're good. Sweet. There we go. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we might as well just hold this whole lane. We're almost going as fast as traffic. That's how fast this bike is. It's decently fast unless someone's just being an idiot and hauling ass everywhere. I love the power. I love the power for the weight because it's not a crazy 5,000 watt motor in the back that weighs a shit ton. I do wish it was silent. It's not silent, but you know, there's always going to be pros and cons about everything, and not too mad about it, you know. I really think they knocked it out of the park. I mean, man, Ariel Rider took a while to make this bike, and the 52 volt one, the X-Class, gotta say I wasn't the hugest fan about it. It had a lot of spoke issues, and that's actually what I had issues with mine. The spokes were just creaking and popping everywhere. They needed to be tightened right out of the box, and this one, no, this one's fine. Not a single issue with the spokes on this thing. And I was able to hear them with the helmet on, and I don't hear nothing on this bike. All I hear is a motor every so often when I get on it, but the tires were even nice and quiet. The tires grip really good too. We gotta see how it is off-road. We'll just have to get there in a second, but it's handling these turns phenomenally. Really, really good. Going around so fast. People trying to walk across, and I'm moving, catching up to all the pedal bikes. We out. We out. It looks like we got battery. We're only still down one battery bar. That first battery bar, I feel like went decently quick, but you just never know. Never know without having a voltage reading on here. I have 15 miles on the bike, and again, remember, we started at 6 miles. Still not a whole lot, but you know, we're still jamming. Look at this. Look at this. Woo! 43 miles an hour. Let's go. It seems like this bike is a solid 42 on flat and about 43, almost 44 going downhill. Now let's see how it handles a little curb that I gotta go up. There we go. Heck yeah. Not bad. Not bad. So you guys hear that that noise a little bit? Woo! Ooh, now we're in the gravel. Now we're in the gravel. Oh man, I should have really beefed up the suspension. I have it on the softest setting. Didn't really plan on taking it on like any jumps, and I think it bottomed out in the front, but that's okay because you have that adjustability. Ooh, there's some sand over here. So it definitely kind of slides back and forth due to having no knobby tread on here, so it's more of a street vehicle. But I mean, you can take it off-road a little bit, nothing crazy. But I would definitely say just stick to the road with this one. If you gotta go off-road, do some light off-roading. Maybe not jump it. The frame is definitely really, really strong. The welds on it are some of the best welds I've seen on a bike lately. None of that Chinese crap. I'm telling you, it's a really put together bike. It's really similar and up there to the Lyric Graffiti X. The Lyric Graffiti X is like almost twice as much as this thing, and it's a badass bike, but it's just really expensive. You really feel the quality when you get on it. And that's what I'm feeling when I got on this bike, is the quality is just something I haven't felt in a really long time from the e-bike manufacturers. And it's different in its own way, but it also is a moped style e-bike at the end of the day too, you know? Again, I just gotta figure out that noise. Once we figure that out, it sounds so much better. Now we're down to 3 battery bars out of the 5. And obviously that doesn't really tell me if I'm in half or not, because, you know, that doesn't really tell you anything. 3 battery bars is more than, you know, half the battery, but for all I know is it could be half battery. So I think we'll ride off-road a little bit more, and then we'll head back, and then we'll definitely see how this thing is. Here's some whoop-de-doos right here, so it's definitely handling it pretty well. The seat is really absorbing a lot of it. Haven't came out of my seat yet for any of this stuff. I really think they put a phenomenal seat on here. This seat would have probably cost you like 250 bucks if you had to get one yourself from an aftermarket company. So they just did a great job. Great job on them. Now let's see if it will do the hill test. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm actually not. It wouldn't make it up that. There's no way. The only thing that's making it up on it is probably a Sur-Ron, Talaria, or maybe EUC would probably make it up, but there's no way a regular bike like this is making it up. It's just not. So we're not going to be attempting that at all. All right, here's a hill we come up. Started on this super slow. It was struggling down low, vibrating the seat just a little bit in my hands. I didn't get a really good start on it, but I mean, it made it up that hill. That was a pretty steep hill. You can see where we started at. Just like came around some sand, so I had to go super slow, and there were some dogs out, but it handled it perfectly fine. Let's see how the brakes are. Yeah, brakes good, real good. Let's do the brakes one more time on this type of pavement. Here we go. Oh yeah, brakes good, real good. They feel really high end too, and they're their own brakes. It says Ariel Rider on the brakes, so can't go wrong with it. I don't know, they must have decided what to put on the bike and what worked, and definitely works really good. I was gonna go through that, but I see a lot of stickers, so I'm not gonna do it. But that takes us to the freeway if we wanted to jump on the freeway and go with the cars. But we're definitely not gonna get a flat out here. I think I am going to put some fix-a-flat in these because I wanna be able to take this on long trips without worrying about flats. But I didn't wanna do it right off the bat because I know that was going to affect our top, like our torque and our top speed. So I wanted to see how it was, because once I weigh these tires down, it's definitely going to become more heavy. So it's gonna take more force to move them. We're gonna lose some range as well. Anyways, flip on our high beam so I can see there's one dip over here. It's really bad. All right, it looks like we avoided it. No, wait, it's right here. All right, we avoided that. That dip is really bad. Look, I can look behind me and go 41 miles an hour, one-handed, by the way, and not on the smoothest road, and it just tracks straight. It really does. Let's turn right here, because you got this truck. Excuse me. All right, let's see what's out this way. I've actually never came this way in any of my videos. I think we're gonna explore out here one of these days. We're not gonna go super far, but figured we would just kind of check it out and see what's out here. Every time I see these lights, I always think about cops. I'm always thinking there's a cop somewhere. Hey, check this out. There is a nice hill that we can go up really quick to see how it is. And security is going pretty slow. All right. Let's see how it climbs this hill. I'm just gonna go full out on it. Here we go. See if we lose speed or not. Woo. All right, it said no trespassing, so we're going to turn back around before the security guy comes after us. Yeah, he waved at us, so all right, he's cool. He's probably gonna tell us to leave, you know, like if we went too much farther. I didn't know it was private property until I saw the sign last minute, so just made a U-turn around real quick. But I swear I thought there was trails out this way, and I really wanted to go out that way, but it looked like it was blocked off as well. Man, it is getting dark. We're gonna have to switch over to pure video mode so we can see at night, because it is really getting dark. Let's go over here. Mobile home park. This is a park for just mobile home people? What? Well, that's cool. All right. Well, I gotta switch over batteries really quick while we look at this horse. I guess we can be here. We just can't pass these gates. That's private property. But that's an interesting horse right there. All right, we're back in action. We are still on the same camera, but we're shooting in pro video mode, so the night footage should be a lot better. And now I'm really curious to see how this headlight's gonna look, because I feel like in the last 5 minutes, it got decently dark. And I have the high beam on. Let's turn that off really quick. Don't wanna blind people, but we're also gonna have to check all that out. Now, it's not super dark yet, but it's definitely showing, and the headlight's looking good right now. I just can't give my final verdict if it's perfect or not until it gets darker. So by the time I get home, we'll definitely see, but let's just keep riding. I'll tell you right now, this long straightaway that I've been on for the past mile, and it's actually going uphill, this is what's probably gonna kill the battery and bring us down to 2 battery bars, but I'll update you if it happens or not. We're still on 3, and I have 20 miles on this bike, so that means we have 14 miles on both of these batteries as of right now. And as I'm coming up this, we're doing about 35 miles an hour. Oh my God, look how beautiful it is. Man, it is so beautiful out that way. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I feel like I just had a power cut right there. I don't know what that was. Maybe that was me unintentionally, I'm not sure. But definitely felt something cut my power. Let's see if we can go over in the bike lane before all this traffic. Yeah, check it out. Look, I don't know if the motor heated up or not, but it's definitely taken a while to get up to speed now. 27, 28. It's a nice, like, good day too. It's probably in the 70s. It's not super hot. But look at that. I am now limited to under 30 miles an hour. I wonder if one of the batteries, like the voltage sag on it, is like really low or something, because we still got 3 battery bars, keep in mind. Huh, interesting. Let me fill the motor in the back and let's see how the motor feels. Maybe it's overheated or something like that, because it is a small motor for the power we're getting out of this thing. So I should check that thing out, but let me pull over safely somewhere before I do that. Oh man, this bike is slow now. This bike is definitely slow. It feels like I don't have the bike unlocked anymore. This feels like factory. Oh no, I was having so much fun. Dang, that has to be a controller temp or a, oh, I gotta get off this white line. It's throwing me all over the place with these tires. Or the motor. It has to be one of those two. And I don't think I can access the controller. The controller is underneath everything. I still need to get somewhere safe where I can pull onto the side of the road. I think I know a perfect spot. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna see if anything happens, because the heat is probably getting to one of these components. So just keep going to see if it gets worse. But I have a pull out over here and probably a mile that I'll pull over and I'll check. All right, so here's our pull out right here on the right-hand side. I'm still only able to hold 30 to 31 miles an hour, and I have 22.2 miles on the total bike. So subtract 6 from that, because when I charged it, and that's where we're at. Let's check and see. Whoa. Whoa. That's a lot of cows. All right, so let's check it out. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on. Let me come to this side. There's more room. The brake's not on this side. Yeah, it's decently warm. Let's see how the the outside, I mean, it's not that hot. I mean, I can keep my hand on it. If I keep my hand on it, it's not that hot. But okay, more than 5 seconds, I'm not keeping my hand on it. It's hot, but it's not crazy. And I mean, we got airflow, right? Let's see if I can feel the controller. And the controller is under a flap right here, if you guys can see it. It's similar to the Super 73, and it's just a little cover. I think there's 2 bolts right here, and probably a zip tie or something. Yeah, there's a zip tie right here. You guys can't see that, but you can access the controller right there. Probably to actually get rid of the bolts right here. Maybe the controller comes out, or maybe it's bolted underneath, and you can get to it this way, but I can't feel the controller. But, yeah, I don't know. Definitely curious to see if we get back on the bike right now after letting it sit for maybe 2 minutes, if it goes any faster, or it's just a voltage sag thing. I don't know. But if it is a voltage sag thing, which it can't be, there's no way. I got 4 battery bars when I stopped, and I had 3 when I was on the throttle. We still have not went down the 2 battery bars. But that would mean we would get hella good range on this bike if it had some type of limiting thing when you go so low on your battery that it limits at like 30. But I wouldn't like that if that's true. I think it's a heat thing. But let's get back into the headlight. Obviously, it's still getting darker, and I kind of like how the headlight looks. It looks like it goes straight like that, and it looks like a bowl coming back. It seriously just looks like a bowl, like a cereal bowl you would eat out of. That's how I'm looking at it. Straight way out there, and then it curves coming towards you. It's not too bad. Mine looks a little crooked though, so I might have to fix that. It looks like it's kind of slanted like this, but I'm sure there's some bolts under there. There's actually a bracket. So compared to the Ride One Up DRT that I had, it didn't have a bracket to move the headlight forward and back. So however the headlight bolted on the DRT, which is a great bike by the way, I'm not dissing it, but this has a better system. There's a way, and I don't know how to do it yet, but you can adjust the headlight up and down, probably using some, some not Torx bits, but Allens, because I see some mechanism, like a hinge back there, so I think you can move it back and forth. I think that's what that's for. So good job on Ariel Rider for that, because depending on how heavy you are, you can push the bike down and then you can't see. Or you're a really light rider and the headlight's way in the air. You need to be able to adjust it, just for safety reasons, you know? But that's interesting. I'm going to send an email out to Ariel Rider, and I'm gonna ask them if the motor gets to a certain temperature, if it limits your power, because I feel like that's exactly what it's doing. 30 miles an hour, it's cool, it's class 3, but your boy would like to be going faster going home, so just is what it is. And why is there a bright ass light like right behind me? I want to turn around, but then I don't. So I don't know who's behind me. How are you behind me so long, sir? You could have went around me the whole time. All right, so here's a nice sidewalk to give you a better look at the headlight and how wide it is. You can see on both sides. And yeah, I don't really have any complaints. You can always add an aftermarket one on, but I'm gonna say in this case scenario, you don't need one. This headlight is great, and that's with the low beam on. If I put the high beam on, look how much higher it goes in the trees, watch. This is before with no high beam. This is with the high beam. That is crazy, that's actually pretty bright. It's not bad. Can you guys see the trees way across the street? That's awesome. I think what I'm gonna do for my next video, I do wanna charge this bike, but I think what I'm gonna do is just leave it alone, let it cool off, come back out and ride it and see if the power will come back and see if it's just a heat thing. Because if it doesn't come back, then it might be something else. Don't go, don't go. Dang it, people. I feel like people don't look. This is a bright headlight and people just don't see bikers. I don't understand it. It's still a headlight at the end of the day. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so since we're towards the end of this video, like, who is this bike for? I really feel this bike is for people that want to go fast, have fun, a moped style seat where they can kind of slide all the way to the back, maybe bring some extra people. There are no pegs for this bike, but it's okay. You can definitely still fit someone on here. They can put their feet up, or you can probably add them at a later date. Someone that wants a comfortable bike, they don't want to go out and spend extra money on any extra parts to upgrade a bike. This is a bike for you. You don't want to pay Lyric Graffiti X money. You also don't want to pay money for a huge, like 150 pound, you know, bike, you know, that's really massive, takes up a lot of room just to go 50 miles an hour. Maybe 50 miles an hour is too fast for you. This thing is 42, it's perfectly fine. You want a good headlight, good brake light. The pedal assist isn't sketchy, it's really nice. It's a bike that you're not gonna pedal, it's just a bike you sit on and just use the pedals to just, you know, just move the power around. You don't really actually have to put any force in the pedals. Has a real horn. Super 73s have real horns. It's the only other bike I can think of that has a real horn. This one has a real horn, which is awesome. I love it. And the turn signals, if you want a bike with turn signals, can't go wrong. The half twist throttle, I kind of wish it was a full throttle. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of, all right, well, I went this way because I was a little afraid of that car right there. They were coming in hot, man. They were definitely coming. They wouldn't have seen me. But yeah, I love everything on this bike. I mean, I really can't say anything bad about it other than why am I going so slow right now? Ariel Rider, why? Why? The turn signal though, holy crap, look at that turn signal. It is so bright. It is so bright. What a great turn signal. You can't turn them both on at the same time, I noticed though, so you can't put your hazards on like some other e-bikes. Man, I like it though, I really do. I don't know what happened at the end of this video with the whole issue, but I mean, I love it. I am absolutely in love with it. And if it's just a heat thing, then I get it, you know, to save the components so they don't have a bunch of warranty issues. There's probably a heat limit on it. Maybe you can change the settings on that and change the temperature, but man, I love it, guys. I absolutely love this bike. Oh man, it is a fantastic bike. I want to show you guys one more time. I just, you know what, like, it's a phenomenal. Oh man, it's dirty now. God dang, man. It is dirty as hell. It doesn't even look that black anymore. It looks so shiny, like it had like a ceramic coat, or it had a PPF wrap on the front of it that protected the paint. You could definitely ceramic coat this bike if you want. You can even wax it too if you want. You could definitely get this thing shining and keep up with the paint and everything like that so it doesn't get all messed up, especially if you use stuff like the Insta360 to put on the bars to keep it from scratching. I noticed I did put the Insta360 on the bar right here when I got some clips, and it actually did not, well, it looked like it scratched it, and I wiped it away with my spit, and it was perfectly fine. So the paint is really thick, it's not really thin, and this is a great bike if you're trying to get away with a Class 2 e-bike, 20 miles an hour, but you also want to haul ass. Just ride at your own risk, be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys are the true MVPs. We'll do way more videos on this thing, taking it around, because I really like this bike. I really do. Make sure to check everything down below. All the links, discount codes, everything. Don't pay full price, all right? Make sure you use everything down below. If you don't, you're gonna be paying more for this bike. If you like the video, please use it. You guys want a quick range update. 25.4 miles, 3 battery bars left. I don't even think I ever dipped down to 2 battery bars. So you get minus 6 miles from this. We almost did 20 miles for this trip and we had 3 battery bars left, but it had to be going to 2 very soon. So take it with a grain of salt. I think you're good with 30 miles of range out of this bike if you're going about 40 miles an hour at 150 pounds. And then you guys can do the math if you're heavier and what you train you're going, hills, whatever. So you guys can figure that out. But yeah, I'll leave you guys on that. So I actually got an email response from the company to let me know what was going on. In order to let our riders use their motors for long periods of time, we lower the current to the motors until they cool down.